It's the Rod Graffing Show right here. Oh, whoops. It's the Rod Graffing Show right here live on Spreaker. Hey everybody, thanks for checking me out. I do see that the plays are up there in statistics, so that's kind of nice. I didn't know what I was going to find when I decided to start podcasting on Spreaker. Remember to follow me, like me, all that good stuff. Spread me around, share me here and there and everywhere. My email, rodgraphing@gmail.com, rodgrafing @gmail.com. What's going on today? The transgender bathroom argument will not go away. It's all over the place. It's all over social media. I've seen countless memes on both sides being posted. And I guess this is an ideological issue, is it not? Just like everything else, it can be broken down into left and right, which I think is, in a lot of ways, sad. That's really what it's come down to now. Left versus right. Conservatives versus liberal. I think that's a very huge downfall in our country right now. I think the candidates we have for running for president right now indicate that more than anything else. But Target is at the center of this go-round of the transgender bathroom argument, because Target has decided that they're just going to let the transgender choose which bathroom they want to go into. Go ahead, knock yourself out, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you got hanging or not hanging between your legs. You just go in whatever bathroom your little heart desires. That's what you're going to get when you go shop at Target. And of course, that's got people upset. On the right, people on the right are upset about it. They don't like that. They don't want to have to go into Target and deal with that shit. My God. People on the left, they're happy as hell. Finally, an evil corporation is stepping up to the plate and doing the right thing. Well, let's break this down a little bit. First and foremost, of course Target is doing this. Target's smart. Target realizes that this is a no-win. You might as well go with it. Let's just get right out in front and get some positivity out of this. You think they're really worried they're going to lose shoppers? Maybe a little bit. But for the most part, I think Target and the corporate executives at Target believe they're on the right side of this issue going forward. You want to know why? Because they understand something that a lot of you on the right just don't seem to get. And what they understand is that you're not putting this genie back in the bottle. You're not putting this cat back in the bag. And you're not going back to the way it used to be. It's not going to happen. I don't understand why people can't wrap their heads around certain things like this. Certain things that are so easily understood. It's just like the abortion issue. And no, I'm not going to get into that. You're not putting that genie back in the bottle either. You're not. But yet they still continue to argue and fight like they think they have a chance, when all it does is divide. You've lost. You've lost. Those of you on the right, those of you on the religious right specifically, you conservatives who continue to fight these battles because you think it's the right thing to do for your cause, you've already lost. It's time to move on to something else that's more meaningful, that really matters. Well, Rod, how can you say that? Killing the unborn... Okay, we hear you. I hear you. You're what I call a lost cause. You're what I call a one-issue, one-track mind, narrow-minded person who's going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Of course, that's a very overused cliche. I agree. But that's what people like you, and you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. You, the one who's standing out on a street corner with a little plastic fetus covered in blood. You're not doing your cause any good. You have to realize when you've lost something. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you have to change the way you think and feel. You have to change your core beliefs. I'm not saying that. But you do have to come to a point in life when you realize that this one's a done deal. Oh, we're not going to give up another inch on this one. Yeah, you will. You'll fight. You'll waste all of our time. You'll muck everything up when we could be focused on things and areas where we actually could make a difference and maybe win an argument here or there. And I say we, I'm not even lumping myself in with these people, so please don't misunderstand me. I have a whole different view on this transgender thing, and I've made it that my view is perfectly clear here on my phone cast I do on iPadio and as well here on Spreaker. I think one of the first ones I did was on the gay bathrooms. There's a Freudian slip. Was on the transgender bathroom issue. The minute we as a society began to accept that men could have sex with other men and women could have sex with other women, and what they do in their bedrooms is none of our goddamn business, things started to change. That's step one. You don't go back from that. And I know there's a lot of you out there that say, we were warning about this. We knew it. Oh, we knew this would happen to our country. Well, you know what? No one listened to you. You didn't make a compelling enough argument for your side, apparently, because you lost that one. Gay marriage, that's step number 2. People of the same sex can now get married in many states, becoming acceptable. Yes, people may not like it. They may feel uncomfortable about it. But okay. No, marriage is between a man and a woman. Well, that's fine if that's your belief. But you have to learn to separate what your core beliefs are from what reality is. And where we are as a society here in the United States in 2016. We have accepted a lot of things over the past 10 to 15 years. A lot of things have changed. Now we're at the issue of transgender people. I'll be honest with you. I've said it before in other podcasts. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. But this one is an issue about feelings. It's not about a penis going into an anus, which is what everybody got so uptight about. And again, let's be real honest with that. The male gay sex thing is a really big issue for a lot of those people who can't deal with it. But the female gay issue, they're checking that shit out online, right? When no one's looking, when no one's around, 2 in the morning, wife and kids are in bed, you're watching lesbo porn. Don't lie to me. Don't. Stop it. Now it's transgender people. And it's perfectly fine if you're confused by it. It's perfectly fine if you don't really know what to think about it. What's not perfectly fine is to continue to argue and piss and moan about it and bitch about it and make it an issue that's far greater than it ever should be. How many fucking transgender people do you know? You out there who's listening right now and probably hates my guts. How many transgender people do you know? What do you think, they're going to come flocking out of the woodwork now and rush the bathroom at Target and you won't be able to get a penis in edgewise to take a leak? What are you afraid of? I'm afraid of my kids. My kids got to be with one of them people. Really? How do you know who your kid's with right now? And furthermore, why are you leaving your kid alone in a public restroom? I never left my kids alone in a public restroom. Forget transgender. People in general. Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm a single dad and I have 2 daughters. I get it. I had 2 daughters too. You make arrangements. You plan ahead. You figure it out. If your kids are that little, you got to do a few certain things to get to make sure they're protected. This isn't about child protection. That's the job of a parent, regardless of who gets to go in the bathroom and who doesn't. It's a specious argument. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you have a penis and testicles, you're a man. If you have a vagina and ovaries, you're a woman. And in my world, that should dictate which bathroom you go into. It's pretty easy. God, science, nature, whatever, predetermine that for you which bathroom you're going to use. But we've blurred that line here in the United States now. We've crossed that line and we're not going back, so let's get used to it. Target sure as hell is. They see where this is going. such a minute amount of people that this even applies to. The fact that this much would be made out of it by some people in our country, on both sides. I'm not giving those of you on the left a pass either, because you see this as an opportunity to pounce. You see this as an opportunity to castigate and point the bony finger of indignation at those evil conservatives and post your memes all over Facebook. I see you out there too. You're just as happy and just as willing to jump on the bandwagon and start the fight. You people don't know when to take a win and shut your mouths. Issues like this are going to continue to come up in this country. We're going to have to get used to some new things because we're not going backwards. We're not taking this back from people. I know you might be saying, but Rod, the government takes rights away every day. I've had the right for this. I can't smoke anymore. Look at all the rights. I would agree with you. The government does take our rights away. The government does take rights away from certain groups and give rights to others. Right now, this is the time. This is the time and place for gays, lesbians, and transgender people to have their day. I don't know where the bis are. We don't ever hear any complaints from the bis. Where are the bis marching around wanting some kind of recognition of rights? I know if I was bi, I would want some rights. I'm not bi. I'm perfectly straight. Let me emphasize that. I like women. I'm a straight guy. No gay here. I think people in this country, on both sides, are looking for a fight. We're so polarized that people just wait for a reason to fight about something. And I understand you people on the right, you see certain things and institutions in this country being denigrated and done away with. You see politically correct actions on a daily basis and things you can and can't say. I've said that here on this podcast. It's not like I don't understand you and where you're coming from and how you feel. Again, it's about feelings. But there are certain points in time where you have to move on to something else. And dare I say, part of the reason why Donald Trump is finding the success that he's finding, because he's not an ideologue. He's all over the place. I don't know if that's good or bad. Again, I'm not a Trump supporter. But I do understand Trump. I do understand why he appeals to so many people, because he doesn't take these positions like we've seen so many people do in the past on the conservative side of things. It's fresh. It's new. People understand that we're heading into a new time here. Lots different. A lot is different. It's not freaking 1926 anymore. So if you conservatives really want to maintain yourselves, if you Republicans who are, your party is about to be destroyed, just let me tell you right now, your party is like teeter on the edge of the cliff. If you guys really want to exist moving forward in this political system in our country, you better do some retooling. Insert awful joke right there. Go ahead. Tool. Get it? You better restructure a little bit and figure out which hills you're actually gonna die on instead of these meaningless ones like transgender people or gays getting married, like that idiot in North Carolina. My religious principles. People are tired of that shit, I'm telling you. They are. Not winning any arguments. All right. Once again, my email